Throughout the year, Emily Griffin brings us stories highlighting the history of the North Country, the farmers who take care of their lands, and other inspiring stories that warm our hearts.
Throughout the year, there have been several developments in the agricultural industry. Through state funding and the NNY agricultural program, researchers have found a way to make syrup from beech trees.
It's kind of exciting to be able to do research when there's nothing to even build off of.
And we've explored the use of kefir as an additive to calf diets.
You want a calf to be healthy, grow fast, put on weight, and be able to move on up the chain.
Some farmers have gotten creative with new technologies, like Humblebee Farms in Lyons Falls, growing lettuce and other greens in a shipping container.
This is about 95% more efficient than soil farming, and it's available year-round.
Or the Clock Family Farm in Lafargeville, where cows are treated to automated milking and feeding systems.
Don't be afraid of the technology, and you will be surprised at how much it will do for you.
Some farmers are picking up production for the future of ag. Joe Eisel of Northern Limits Farm in Canton explained the benefits of hemp.
Put it on your arthritic fingers, put it on your knees, and just give it a chance. You'll say, why didn't I try this years ago?
We've also learned a lot about the history of the area. We paid tribute to the father of library organization Melville Dewey, born and raised in Adams Center.
Libraries frankly needed some help. They were kind of disorganized, so that led to his first crowning achievement, the Dewey Decimal Classification System.
And we learned about the woman dubbed the female Mark Twain, Marietta Hawley of Ellisburg.
Back in the 1880s, Marietta was one of the most famous writers, and through her writing, she let women know that they had power.
We also took a dive below the surface level into the fascinating history of shipwrecks along the St. Lawrence River.
These old British sailing ships that were used in battle to fight the U.S. and the Americans in the War of 1812, you can go see them. They're there.
And in Lyons Falls, we fished for more information about the mysterious Black River monster.
She is approximately 25 feet long. She's got silver eyes and fins, so we're told, the size of hands.
With our North Country Inspiration segment, we recognize the people currently making the North Country special. Rick Bush, a 66-year volunteer at the Lowville Fire Department, who was crowned Citizen of the Year for his service.
You have to be dedicated. That's the big thing. You got to be dedicated and want to help people.
And dotting across cemeteries across the North Country is Allie Stevenson, who spends her time cleaning graves for free.
I want to make sure that, they're remembered. They're not just like lost to time, because everybody has a story.
And we were reminded the value of positivity. 8-year-old Olivia Gorman in Evans Mills showed us she's just like other kids, despite a complicated airway diagnosis.
It's fine if you're different or not, because everyone's different.
Every day is an opportunity to learn from the people, places, and things around us. These stories give us a sense of pride for our area, and it's been a pleasure to share them with you.
In August, Diane Rutherford went for a ride-along with police, not on patrol, but for some training in high-pressure situations.
Police from a dozen agencies gather at Fort Drum to take part in the Emergency Vehicle Operators course. In the real world, they'll use what they've learned to make split-second decisions.
Nobody getting hurt is our first goal. Catching the bad guy is the second goal.
Many agencies allow their officers to give chase only if the suspect committed a violent crime.
It's not just like in the movies where you're pursuing with wild abandon. You have to make sure that you're considering all of the legal aspects. It's easy to get into a pursuit. The hard part is deciding when to stop or if you should continue.
Officers are under intense stress, multitasking, considering weather and road conditions, communicating over the police radio.
It's extremely mentally and physically tasking. Most patrol officers around this area work alone.
Between firearms and vehicle operation, those are the most dangerous things that we get into. This training helps us lower our liability, makes us safer, and makes the general public safer.
Zoo New York has had a special place in many of our hearts for the past century. This past spring, a heartwarming story of a family reunion. Luna, the gray wolf, had spent the last couple of years alone after her parents died. Zoo leaders say being a lone wolf is no way to live for a pack animal. And in March, Luna was reunited with 2 of her litter mates, almost a decade after they left for a Michigan zoo.
As a lone wolf, she was a little nervous because that's just not the way they live. Having them together and they're howling together and playing together and doing all those wonderful things, it's great to see all that social interaction going on.
Since she lived there first, Luna quickly became the leader of the reunited pack. North Country fire departments are ready around the clock to help out their neighbors, and that can extend beyond the humankind. Lexi Bruning tells us about the story of an osprey rescue in Chaumont.
The call came in Tuesday night no one was expecting. There was an osprey stuck, string wrapped around its claws, hanging upside down off a tree along Chaumont Bay. Robert Losey's son William and his girlfriend Tracy saw it from a distance and tried to help with no luck.
It was really distressed.
The rescue was tough. The osprey was hanging about 5 to 6 feet over the water.
They were all hanging onto my back belt loop while I'm trying to stick over with a pike pull off our fire truck.
Despite the challenges, the osprey was saved.
Because it didn't try biting us or nothing. It was so calm, and it knew that it was getting help.
The osprey, tired from the event, was picked up and put next to the stone to rest. The next day, it was gone. Losey says it's likely among the 4 osprey that make nests along the telephone poles.
It feels good to know that we saved that bird.
It's an experience Losey will cherish.
I don't think I'll ever hold an osprey in my hand again.
And a call Lipchinsky says is for the books.
This is definitely one for the records.
Coming up on Heart of the North Country.
Oh, say, can you see?
A student's anthem performance and a Cinderella story.